So this is the 7-foot silver stardust tinsel tree from Treetopia, the LED version. So it does have lights on it, which I love because, as you may know, with a vintage aluminum tree like my other one, you can't really put string lights on it because it could cause an electrical fire. So I love that this is pre-lit and safe, but still gives that vintage effect. It does have a little push button back here that you can turn off and just have the sparkly, beautiful aluminumness of it. But you can also turn the lights on very easily with one click. I will definitely still be using my color scroller with this, and I think the extra glow will just really help brighten those colors up, and I'm very excited about that. I was a little worried I wouldn't like the fullness of the tree because obviously my vintage aluminum tree, the mid-century trees were very sparse and kind of like very straight lines and branches. So I worried that having a more full tree like this might lose some of that vintage effect, but I don't think so at all. I think it still has that beautiful nostalgia about it, but it fills the space in here a lot better, which is really nice. In our apartment, my aluminum tree looked to scale for this space, but in our new house, it just looks so small in this room. And so this really fills up the space nicely and still gives me that warm vintagey feeling. I think once I put all my ornaments and everything on here, it's going to look so good. So I'm gonna get decorating, but I did want to mention that if you are looking for a new Christmas tree, if you are hoping to get something vintage style like this, or something spooky like my black tree from Treetopia, they are running an ongoing sale site-wide with up to 50% off all their trees. But this week through November 26th, you can use the code TreetopiaBF, that's Treetopia BF, for an additional 15% off your purchase as part of the Treetopia Black Friday sale. I cannot recommend these trees enough. I have been wanting to work with Treetopia for so long. I have always admired their product, and y'all know I don't pitch anything here that I don't 100% believe would make your life better. So check out the link in the description box below and check out Treetopia's selection of trees in every color imaginable and get yourself something fun and festive for this holiday season. Thank you so much to Treetopia for sponsoring today's video, and now let's get on with decorating this beauty. So I first pulled out my box of ornaments. If you don't have one of these ornament storage boxes, I would definitely recommend it. It's so nice to keep them all organized like this, especially if you have any glass ornaments. Definitely helps to keep them from breaking. So here I was just showing you a few of my favorite glass pieces. I always start with these kind of statement ornaments that aren't just the generic kind of ball shape ornaments, and place them where they can really be the center of attention on the tree. These 4 actually were sent to me by a subscriber last year, so thank you. I love those pieces so much. They're so fun and retro. But I'll start by just kind of spacing these around the tree to make sure I've got good focal pieces kind of in each area. My mom got me this. How cute is that? Little mid-century living room with a color scroller on a silver tree, much like this one. Then I just start kind of filling in with some of the more typical shaped ornaments, the round ones. And once I am happy with kind of the overall look of those placements, then I will get out the just solid color or reflector type ornaments and start filling in the gaps. So for these, I have a mixture of these just like plain colored blue balls from Target, as well as some different kind of reflector looking ornaments. Some of these you'll recognize, like this one from that Mod Mrs. Claus line that we talked about in the last video from At Home. Those are shatterproof ornaments, so I really highly suggest those if you have kids at home or pets. It's really, really great to have ornaments that you know aren't going to shatter if they fall on the floor, or if you're just like me and you drop ornaments while trying to stick them deep in the branches like this, then it's nice to know that they're not going to create a disaster on your floor, because I definitely have broken a few in my day. These are some of my favorite little reflector ornament replicas. These are also from At Home last year, but they do have them again this year. So here's kind of what the tree is starting to look like, and I continue to kind of futz with it a bit. I also tried this little spindle thing that I've had for the last couple of years, and I've always wanted to put it on the tree, but the aluminum tree wouldn't take it. But I tried it, and I ended up not liking the way it looked, so I ended up just pulling it off and calling the tree good there. Then I moved on to the mantle, because I fully believe that the mantelscape and the tree are kind of a tandem effort here. They make each other look complete. So I started with these big pieces. I have a ton of bottle brush trees that I use on my mantle every year, and I kind of start with the largest pieces again, just like the tree. And I center our little fa la la stocking holder in the middle. That's from Target. Probably 4 years ago. I've had that forever. Then I just start kind of futzing with all these different sizes and shapes and colors of trees, trying to create balance but not look identical on either side. So like I have a, tall blue tree on the left there in the cloche, then I'll make sure I have the small blue tree over on the other side to kind of balance that color. Same with the, large pink tree on one side, I'll put a small pink tree on the other side and just kind of try to create balance that way so that it all looks like one cohesive mantelscape. I also put out these two little stuffed deer, the red and the pink. Those are actually ornaments from the Target kind of ornament bins last year, but they look very retro to me, so I always put them up here as part of this little forest scape. Then I just spend a good deal of time kind of messing with these trees, making sure they look correct. I put up our stockings, those are from Target. And then I got out my wreath from At Home, which is such a cute piece. I feel like this really ties the tree and the mantle together with the colors of the ornaments and the silver that is all flecked throughout that wreath. It really just makes the whole thing look cohesive. Then I felt like the mantle looked kind of empty, so I started playing with ornaments to try to fill the gaps, but I didn't like the way that looked. So I decided to bring in a couple of the houses from my mid-century Christmas village. I have about 6 or 7 houses that I usually put on the TV console, but I thought I've got these 2 pieces that are smaller than all the other houses, and they don't always quite look right with the bigger pieces, so I thought, well, let's separate them and put them over here on the mantle. So this one is from World Market. I love this piece, and so many of you send me those World Market pieces. I love them. That is the only one I have, but I would like to get another for this side. I ended up putting that little pink house on the left that I actually made probably 3 or 4 years ago from a pattern I found on the Retro Renovation website. So those are super fun to make, but it doesn't look quite as nice. I played with the idea of putting another sign behind the fa la 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 la, but it just didn't quite balance right, so I took that out and then took these little twinkle lights from Target and started wrapping them around the brush trees, the bottle brush trees. I've never done this before, but I thought, hey, it'd be really cute to add some lights, and I had these left over from Halloween. So this is what the mantle ended up looking like. I'm still probably not quite done with this. I think it still looks a little empty, but I'm not sure what I'll do with it next. But I do love the way the tree and the mantle look together. I think the color scheme is very cohesive and it looks like a very retro Christmas. Here is a quick look at the tree all completed. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love this silver tree and there's so much more room for ornaments. I'm so happy. Well, ghouls, that is everything for today. Thank you so much for joining me for decorating a little bit of my KITSCHMAS living room and putting up my beautiful KITSCHMAS tree. Thank you again so much to Treetopia for sponsoring today's video and for sending me this 7-foot silver stardust tinsel tree. I love it so much. It is a beautiful addition to my living room. Remember, if you'd like to make an upgrade to your own tree, you can head over to treetopia.com and browse their huge selection of trees in all colors. They do have an ongoing sale of up to 50% off going on. And remember, you can use the code in the description box, which is TreetopiaBF, for an additional additional 15% off now through Black Friday. That is through November 26th, an additional 15% off your own tree from Treetopia.com. If you are celebrating this week, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your friends or family or whoever you choose to celebrate with. I know I, for one, have a ton to be thankful for this year, and you all are such a huge, huge part of that. So thank you so much for continuing to support my content and this channel. It means the absolute world to me. That being said, if you are new here, definitely hit the subscribe button before you leave today. We have all sorts of fun content coming your way. I know we've been a little heavy on the KITSCHMAS this week, which, you know, no complaints here, but I do have some really great Creepmas content coming your way as well. We will be doing a Creepmas tree video with our black tree from Treetopia as well, so you'll definitely want to stick around and see that. As always, thank you all so much for watching today. I hope you have a wonderful holiday weekend, and until next time, keep it campy, kooky, glamorous, and spooky. Bye!
Come out to social.